Question.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts on getting a draw to end the season?
You know, it's going into the off-season, having not lost against one of the top, or the top team in the league, so there's some positives to take out of it there. The goal that we conceded, you know, I thought the guys came back very, very well. It's one of the things that we've worked on, and to come back and tie against the best team in the league at the moment is a good positive for the organisation. I think going into the off-season, having tied with San Jose is a good positive as well. But I think the second half response of the guys was fantastic. I think we put them under pressure, created numerous goal-scoring chances, and you know, did well.
What lessons are you going to take from this season for you personally?
For me personally, just that's a great question, and far too in depth straight after a game when you've been focused for 90 minutes on trying to beat San Jose. There's a lot of lessons. You know, as a club, I think we are continuing to move forward. We've reevaluated what we're doing and how we're doing it, and we'll continue to do that. You know, as an organisation, continuing to try and display what we have in the second half of the season, the ethos, the work character, the workload, the character of the group, the mentality, continuing to try and build on that so the team is a true representation of the city. And I think by and large, you've seen a team that has responded to, you know, some adversity in a good way, and going to Vancouver, picking up the Cascadia Cup is a small piece of that, but also coming back from a goal down against San Jose is a tremendous positive. And again, you know, we're never going to be happy until we win the whole thing. So regardless, we're constantly learning, we're constantly developing as an organisation, and we'll continue to look at ourselves.
Gavin, can you go through these changes that you made in the second half to the formation, to the shape of your team?
We started to change the formation to try and overload the middle of the park. I felt with Wondolowski dropping deep to receive the ball was causing us problems. We weren't applying enough pressure on Bakker and Cronin. So by overloading the middle of the park, trying to throw an extra body in there, trying to get Darlington Nagby more involved, because he does have the ability to turn and go at people. I thought he made a tremendous difference. I thought he was fantastic. I thought Chara was fantastic. You know, we had a lot of players that did well, but what we tried to do is nullify one of their strengths, and I felt that they started to dominate the game, you know, in the middle portion of the first half, and we made some adjustments to do that and continued that in the second half. And then with the substitutions, the first sub, you know, bringing in Cleef. Cleef sees great pitches within the game. He has a lot of creativity, and at that stage we were keeping them pinned in their half for long periods of time, and I felt that he could try and open them up. He does have good vision, he has great distribution, so trying to use his strengths. You know, with Salzizo and the one, Facito coming in for Bright DK. Mike Facito's, you know, worked extremely hard and been a tremendous professional all season, and the one thing we did want to do was continue to put them under pressure, and he's capable of doing that. He's also been tremendous in training lately, so trying to reward him for a great mentality and a great work rate in training. And then with Salzizo at right back, and Brent, just we were going to start pumping things into the box, and Brent's our best player in the year, you know, in and around Horst and Baptiste. So with Sal at right back, trying to overload their left side of the park and trying to get a bit of success, and it actually worked. You know, we put them under tremendous pressure there.
Can you talk a little bit about the foul? I don't know if you were risking it.
Not really. I'd just like to congratulate Wondolowski. You know, he has had a tremendous season, and you know, take the decision out of it, the fact that he scored. You know, big pat on the back for him, and he's tied the MLS record. So it's gone to a very good player, and that's what I'll discuss is the outcome.
Gavin, Jack and Frank not
yep.
up today?
No, I think going into the off-season on a positive, they've put in a lot of yards over the season, and you know, Jack scored one of the best goals there, you know, of his career. He's had a few, and then Frank Songo set him up. So for those two, it's a pat on the back, saying, you know, you've helped us bring the Cascadia Cup home. Take a night off. It's been a long season. I expect you both to come back a little bit stronger next year. You know, for Frank, he's come into the league in the second half of the season. He's been fantastic. With Jack Dewsbury, he's always present. He does a job, and you know, he's a gentleman doing it.
Thoughts on Bright DK?
Bright DK, I think, what is that, 5 goals now for Bright DK, and he's a bull in the china shop, at times, and you know, you can't fault him for what he's trying to do, and I think the players enjoy playing with him. He puts the defenders under pressure. He's a constant threat, and I don't know many defenders that enjoy playing against him. I've heard a few stories about defenders having to take 3-4 days off after games. So, you know, a big pat on the back for Bright. He's responded very well. We sent him out on loan to help him. He's come back, and his attitude and his performances have been very good. So, delighted for him.
Gavin, how much are you looking forward to getting into this off-season and trying to build this club back up to what you want it to be?
I think it's always a challenge, and it's something that I'm looking forward to. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but You know, you look at San Jose last year, I think, you know, they were a point or two behind us, and they've made 3-4 changes. And, you know, they've had a lot of camaraderie, they've developed as a group, they've played together for another season. So what we need to do is make sure that we don't go back to the drawing board and rip things up to our detriment. We've got to add valuable pieces, quality pieces that have value to the organisation and you know, to the team, and create a positive environment. But I am looking forward to the off-season. The coaching staff will work hard. We'll get Caleb Porter in, which we're thoroughly looking forward to, and we'll continue to solve a few problems.
What do you tell the guys after the match?
Just that I take my hat off to them. You know, it's been a difficult second half of the season, but not once could I fault their attitude and trainings, their professionalism, their desire to succeed by and large. And, you know, coming into this game, it shows 1-0 down going against the league champions who put out their strongest lineup. The response in the second half was magnificent. And I keep saying we're not far away. We've got some quality pieces. We do need to work on our consistency. We need to improve the mentality of the group, I believe. But, you know, there are some positives. It's been a disappointing season and it's one of frustration, but we're not going into the off-season having lost to the best team in the league. You know, we've had good results against Seattle, we've had good results against Vancouver, and the Cascadia Cup just makes sure that the bar is a little bit higher than, you know, where it may have been otherwise heading into the off-season.
For a team in transition, it sounds like Jewsbury is definitively back next year?
Definitely. Yeah, don't read into that today. You know, Jewsbury and Songo not playing. It was a chance for us to look at some young players who have worked hard, that deserve the opportunity, and also pat those two on the back for what they've done for the organisation and how they've been tremendous professionals.
How did the sign come about? Was that did you have anything to do with that? Did the organisation have anything to do with
Thanking the fans?
Yes.
Yeah, we've done that every year. It's become a little bit of a tradition. We do honestly think that our fans are the best in this country. They are absolutely phenomenal, and, you know, we will repay them. So, you know, it's something that true fans stick by organisations through tough times, and they've been tremendous. No one can question, you know, their mentality, their approach to the game, and their energy levels at games. So it's just to acknowledge that we do recognise how important they are.
What will it take to earn our penalty decision for Portland next year?
One interesting stat. Great question. Great question. I'm flabbergasted at you know, looking at the penalty that was called, maybe, and going back and having a look at the replay. And it is what it is. You know, we've got to take it on the chin and move forward. I would love to know how many teams have gone a whole MLS season without getting awarded a penalty.
4. You're the fifth.
We're the fifth. So at least we're the fifth on that, and not having won a road game. You know, that's something that you don't want to be in either category, to be honest. But maybe it comes back to us next year and we get 15 to make up for this, the 7 or 8 that we should have had this year. But, you know, good question.
Gavin, talk about
Andrew Jean-Baptiste. I'm guessing you were pleased with his...
Very pleased. Him and David Horst, very, very pleased. You know, you can always get better. And Baptiste is a quality young player, and showed tonight why we drafted him. We sent him out on loan. And the thing with Baptiste, he has all the tools to be successful. Now, for Andrew Jean-Baptiste and ourselves as an organisation, we need to continue to work on him to make sure that he can be a consistent part of this team and this organisation. So very proud of him tonight. I thought he did very, very well.
And David ended up developing a one-on-one matchup with Stephen Leonard tonight. Can you
Yep.
talk about that, as well as just David's progression throughout the course of this year?
I think David's matured his take on a leadership role in this team, and, you know, he's just and I keep saying it sounds ridiculous, but he's a tremendous person to be around. You know, he's becoming a fan favourite, which I completely understand, but, you know, he rolls his sleeves up every single game, wears his heart on his sleeve, and he cares. He thoroughly cares about this organisation. We've given him a chance where, you know, he's been discarded in the past, so he wants to repay the organisation. We're thoroughly thrilled with his progress over the course of the season, but he's a very good professional. He keeps working hard, and he's getting repaid for it.
One more, please.
And before that, honestly, it's been a rough season, and the media support has been phenomenal, so thank you. We have a lot of bloggers out there, a lot of writers, and the following that we have is due to you, and from me personally and the organisation. Thank you very much for being as interested as you are. But you still get one question, actually, because that was a statement.
As you transfer back into the GM role, what are your thoughts on having coached your possibly last game as an MLS coach?
Thoughts on that one? Well, I'm just looking forward to getting reacquainted with my family. First and foremost, reintroducing myself to my kids and seeing where we can go for Christmas in and around that. But I'm thoroughly looking forward to helping Caleb, you know, get the pieces that he feels and the organisation feels that we need to be successful. But the GM job is something that I thoroughly enjoy. The coaching role is not something that I wanted. It's something that I did to hopefully help benefit the organisation and work on the playing style and the character and the ethos of the club. And there's been some positives in that regard, but thoroughly looking forward to it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.